Hello everyone, my name is Mayra Perez and I want to welcome you to Youth Talk. Today we're going to talk about the spiritual journeys of our youth. And I'm going to introduce to you adrieliz001.
Hello.
adrieliz001 is the youngest daughter of our senior pastor and she's been here forever. So we're going to start with the first question. So Adrieliz.
Yes.
Many of us have seen you grow up in family leadership. We may think that we know you, but tell us something we don't know about you.
This is actually a very difficult question for me to answer. But I think something that most people don't know is that although I'm a very happy person and I'm always surrounded by people, I do like that time alone for myself. I do close off, I guess the world in general, and I have that moment where I'm alone in my room. And during that time, I usually find a way to relax. And I actually speak to God during those times, but also I start watching a TV show or a movie, something to get my mind off of what's happening or just to see something different and learn something different. So, yeah.
So would you say, is that a part of your spiritual disciplines?
To have that time alone, yes, for sure. I definitely take that time to speak with God, but in a natural way. I don't like too much of a structure where it's so boxy, and I don't see God as a boxy kind of person. So what I do is that sometimes in the morning, if I am awake, because I'm not a morning person, but if I am awake, where I'm able to understand what I'm reading and understand, what I'm saying to God, really, then I would take that moment in the morning to speak with Him. But there are times where I can't read right from the beginning of waking up. So I would wait a little bit later in the afternoon where I'm more relaxed and where I'm able to really think about what I'm going to speak to God about. Because I feel that time is a very important time to say what you have to say. Not just your feelings, but also what, affirmation of what God has declared over you. So a lot of the times I read my prophetic words, or I read a scripture that someone sent me or a video during that time, and it lifts my spirit up, and that's how I keep going. But I could do that at night as well. So it's not really so structured. It's more yes, throughout the day I have to speak to Him, and I should take that time, but it's where I feel most comfortable. So it's not a pressure, and it becomes more of a natural communication with God.
So you would say you want to be as open,
Definitely,
and honest with God.
Yeah, because if you're not expressing yourself, if you're not able to see Him as a friend and talk to Him as a friend, then it's just too, too closed off. Like you said, like you're not being open. So it's more of, let me just give Him what He wants to hear kind of thinking, instead of let me give Him how I feel and really understand what He wants from me. So it's taking that time to get to know Him, but also allow Him to feel free to move in you and know you as well, because it's a relationship, so it's a two-way street.
Okay, so then this would be a little bit of your spiritual journey.
Yes, my spiritual journey is, I would say it's a roller coaster. It goes up and down. I think most people experience that. There's moments where this is an amazing journey, and then there's moments where it's like, why is this happening? I had everything perfect, everything was fine, and then it just came crashing down. But the amazing thing is that, God is always with you, and there's always people who are encouraging you to get back up, and that's why it's always a roller coaster, but you always learn something. Whether it was an amazing year or the worst year. You learn something and you make, lemonade out of lemons, I guess.
Right. So what factors or people would you say have helped you in your spiritual journey?
I would definitely say the whole church, because there's always been moments in my life where I needed an encouragement, and someone from the congregation would come up and give me a word, or someone would say, I'm praying for you for this. And some people don't even have to say that they're praying for me. I know that they're praying because they're those type of people.
Right.
So it's definitely a mix of both the church and the word, because the word is where you get encouraged as well. There's characters that we can relate to and we learn from, and so there's that balance that I have. But definitely the church plays a major role, because they have, like you said, they have seen me from young to now, and they have, all they've done has been encourage and support, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yes. So in you stating that those factors have helped your spiritual journey and encouraged you, how would you encourage our young people today in their spiritual journey?
Well, I would say get involved. Don't go through the motions of church just sitting down. Getting involved is where you see the need of others and the need of the church, as well as your heart starts changing, because you start first, I'm just helping someone out. I'm just doing this, a service. But then you start realizing, oh, there's more to this. And you start learning the skills as well as the spiritual. Yes. So it's you gain double, because you start learning who you are and what God has called you to be, and the abilities that you have. And so a lot of the times the youth gets discouraged because they don't know how, or they just are afraid to do it. But from my personal experience, I was afraid to speak in public, and I still kind of am, but teaching in children's church, that's where I developed the ability of speaking in front of people. And then, oh, hold on, I have leadership skills. I have the ability to speak to children. I have, so not only that, like today, I was speaking a word in there, and the word was speaking to me. And that happens all the time. I'm the first one to get ministered, and then is the children, and that's how it should be. But it's never a waste to be serving, because it's a ministry.
So pretty much serving in a ministry or getting involved in the church not only blesses others, but you're also being blessed.
Absolutely.
And you're being able to grow in your spiritual journey as well.
Most of my blessings, well, not most, all of my blessings have come from the church. So if you put the church first, you get your blessing. Regardless of how difficult it might seem, your blessing will come, as long as you put the God first and you serve Him. And so those, I can guarantee you, those who serve in the house of the Lord have been blessed one way or another. And yes, difficult times may happen, but their outcome is so much greater.
So you're saying a heart of service is pretty much what's going to lead you to...
It's key in your journey. If you have the right heart of service, your journey is going to be much more greater.
What a blessing. So Adeli, I want to thank you for the time that you gave us today. And I pray that the youth that have seen this have been blessed and encouraged. Thank you for watching.
God bless.
Bye-bye.